Happy eclipse hangover, everybody. How are you feeling? How are the headaches? My Pisceans, roll call. Everybody alive? All right, so we are here. We are going to do the next 48. And if this reading doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. Maybe the next one will be. These are collective, okay? Don't stress. It's all good. But let's just see what's happening. All right, this reading is going to be for those of you who are going through some sort of a recent breakup, or maybe this eclipse is bringing up memories of that ending, okay? Interesting. We got a wild spread today, y'all. There's a lot of players. Hang on. Hi, hello. Okay, so listen. I see what this is about. This isn't necessarily a love reading like, your ex is going to come back tomorrow and everything's going to be wonderful. It's not like that. Spirit is kind of coming through and being like, let's actually look at this karmic cycle, and then you can teach them how to heal it, Bree, because you've done it. So this is actually going to be for those of you who have a history of extremes, okay, in this relationship. Definitely you've gotten back together, started talking to this person multiple times, whoever this reading is for, okay? You know what I mean when I say karmic cycle. In other words, there's an ending, you get yourself together for a little bit, okay, and then this person comes back and is like, it's extremes, because it goes from 0 to 350 within a 24-hour time period, right? You're like not together, not speaking, haven't spoken to that person in a year, and then the next day you start talking and all of a sudden you're engaged and making plans to get married, okay? Love bombing could definitely be a thing with this person. I think this connection has also really made you question if all people are like this. In other words, I think it's kind of turned you off to the idea of love. But there's also a little bit of addiction here, which I totally get. The thing about these karmic relationships and these karmic cycles, yes, they're toxic, but they're also really fun. And so there's these extreme highs, but then there's these like really low lows, okay? Wreaking havoc on your nervous system, but I get it. So here's the thing, okay? Generally, most people come to me when they want a relationship to work out, but they want it to be stable. They're like, I just want us to be together. Like, I'm so tired of the start-stop, or I'm so tired of the highs and the lows. I want medium. I want this person, but I want medium. And what's interesting is we do have that after the shadow work, okay? Then we get somebody makes a bold move. Then we get taking a chance or a risk on something, right? Talking to your friends about this with Girl Talk. Then we get proposal, the offer, sweetheart, and the phoenix, okay? The offer, the X, and a new phase begins. But first, we have to heal the cycle, right? Now, the way that I approach shadow work, the way that I believe it should be done, and this is me, this is not, anybody else, so don't go hating on shadow work, just, if you don't agree with me. But this is how I operate. This is how I got my twin flame marriage. This is how I manifested making $100K a year as a tarot reader. It's how I do everything, okay? So, whenever there is something that keeps happening to you and you don't like it, we've got to get to the core wound of why this keeps happening. Because if we can find the core of it, we can heal it and we can move on and never deal with it again. When something keeps happening on repeat, like getting cheated on, or you get money but then you can't seem to hold on to it, or whatever the situation, okay? I'll use myself as an example. I'm able to get pregnant, but I am not able to actually bring a child to fruition. So miscarriage is a recurrent theme. Keeping it real, I'll be vulnerable. So what does that mean? I'm going to dumb this down a little bit, but what does that mean? It means that, let's say it's getting cheated on. It means you're an active vibrational match to the belief that you're going to get cheated on, okay? Or that you are actively a vibrational match to people that cheat. It's not that you're a bad person. It's not that you're manifesting wrong. It's that your nervous system is recognizing that horrible situation as not like home, but it's recognizing it as, oh, I know what that is. I know how to handle that. I recognize that. Which sometimes the devil you know is a lot scarier than the devil you don't. So the core root of, let's say, the cheating, okay, if you're someone that tends to get cheated on, the core root of the cheating is a belief that you're not enough, you're not good enough, you're always going to get left behind, you've got abandonment issues, and sadly, over the years, it kind of made sense in your brain, like, yeah, that's just who I am. That's an identity that I carry. Or I can't hold on to friendships because eventually people get bored of me. Again, there's this underlying wound or root belief that says I'm not enough. So if we want to get down and dirty and figure out how to heal that, I would say start working on the concept of stability, consistency. Because what's going to happen is as you start working on those things, okay, stability, being consistent in your own life, et cetera, all of a sudden your vibrational energy is going to shift. It's going to change. And now that you are consistent, now that you feel stable in yourself, now you're going to start attracting people who also like providing stability, people who are also consistent. So what we want to do is change that point of attraction so that we are now an active vibrational match to something that we actually want, not the devil we know. Let's say you would love to manifest a long-term partner, to get married to that person, okay? And maybe you're like, I want somebody who's fun. I want somebody who's outgoing. I want somebody who prioritizes their health. I want somebody that looks good, you know? I want somebody who's intelligent. I want somebody who makes money. I want somebody who looks good. When was the last time that you went for a walk? I want somebody who reads a lot. When was the last time you actually sat down and read a book? When was the last time you actually sat down and read a newspaper? I'm calling you out a little bit, just like I call myself out, okay? Because if we want to start, because we don't attract what we want. This is a very common misconception. We attract what we are. So if you want someone who is consistent, who loves the shit out of you, who thinks the sun just shines out of your butt, okay? You got to start working on that within yourself, because you're never going to be an active vibrational match to something that you don't believe. You're just not. You're not. And this is what we mean in those spiritual woo-woo communities about doing the work, right? When we do the work, then we end up becoming magically magnetic, you know, and we end up attracting all of the good things to ourselves. This is how you become the Empress. It's shadow work. It's not light and fluffy. So, very long-winded video today. I apologize. But if you want the start, stop to stop, you got to stop it within yourself. In other words, keep promises to yourself and be realistic, okay? Don't love bomb yourself. But if you're someone who's like, I want somebody who looks good, who takes pride in their health, who loves being fit, right? Understanding now, I don't attract what I want, I attract what I am. So guess what? I'm going to turn around and I'm going to make my health a priority, and I am going to be consistent, and I'm going to go for a walk every day, even if it's just 10 to 15 minutes. That's it. That's where we're going to start, okay? And then you're going to get some momentum. You're going to be like, oh, okay, starting to look a little good. My jiggle's starting to go away. Okay. And then you're going to start getting more and more into it. And then all of a sudden, Mr. Wonderful, who's very into fitness, shows up. Billy and I did cycles for years. That's not a secret. We did for like 8 years. But when I started this business, I was forced to become consistent. Okay. So I was forced to show up every day, to do my videos, to do my readings for my clients, to go live twice a day. Back in the day, I was a friggin' beast and I was always working. But it taught me the power of consistency, right? And oh, look, I became a very consistent person. And now we've been married for 3.5 years. I know what I'm talking about, all right? This isn't just a random video. If you're still here, drop an emoji in the comments. Let me know if this resonated. Would love to know. And in the extended, I am going to take a look at what's coming up next between you and this person, assuming that you actually do the shadow work and start mastering consistency. I'll see you soon.